Alright, folks, welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. As always, I'm Falcon, your host. And as I said at the end of last episode, I was going to create a new character for the hired mercenary thing. And this is the person we've come up with. His name is Surturoth. He's a level 1 barbarian. He's an island Aumua, or Aumu, or however you say that crap. He's a barbarian with the frenzy skill, which, well, makes him go into a barbarian rage. Pretty typical. His attributes: 15 might, 15 constitution, 14 dexterity, and 11, 12, and 11. He is from the Deadfire Archipelago. He's a raider. The Deadfire Archipelago was the one that was basically the pirate island. Thus, raider works perfectly well for him. That's his appearance. He has, even though he's an island one, who are usually the brown-colored ones, I made him blue because I like the blue-looking skin color far better than the brown. And he has...
Now I am the leader of the group.
This
Bring
voice.
them down.
Because it's just...
A blade in the dark.
Sounds just badass. So... Surturoth is a name that I found. I used a fantasy name generator to come up with. I was going to use something from my book, but I actually don't presently have the book available on my computer. So I need to fix that eventually. But for right now, that's what we got. So we're done with him. So we have this dude. We made an adventurer. And he has joined the party.
Yes.
Now he is level 1. These two are both higher level than that. They are both level 2. They're both damn near leveled, actually. And in fact, as you'll see in a second, they are actually about 2 level in a moment. He has a little bit of stealth. Because of his background, the raider background gave him a little bit of stealth. It's useful so he can sneak around and not get detected so easily. Athletics, of course, makes him better at fighting, basically. Gives him better fatigue. And makes him not lose it as much, so he can last longer periods of time between us me needing to rest. A little bit of survival. Armed to the teeth is his thing, so he gains an additional weapon set. Which basically, I believe, if it does what I think it does, lets him use 3 sets, even though he apparently is not armed with 3 sets. And nevertheless, I believe that's what it does. So he's using light armor for some completely unknowable reason. That needs to be changed immediately, because that's just some heresy. That's just some heresy there. I'm going to have him stick with the greatsword as his main weapon, for the moment at least. I am, however, going to come in here and I'm going to give him... I'm going to have him dual up damage with... Now, if I'm not mistaken, this has a better range. Maybe not. I thought it had a a longer range than normal weapons, but perhaps not. Well, anyway, I'm going to give him dual weapons. We'll outfit him with 2 things here. Which should give him a little bit better deflection. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Give him the battle axe and the sword, as well as his big two-handed sword, two-handed weapon. Make him do more damage overall. So yeah, I don't think that's a bad option there. I don't think that's a bad option. So yeah, I think we're gonna go with that. That looks pretty good. I had a minor cloak of protection in my inventory, so I gave that to the mage. You'll note he has a good deal of endurance and a hell of a lot of health. Considerably higher than the others. But that's because, you know, he's basically going to be our tank. That's his purpose in life is to be our tank. So, his defenses are not as good as my main character, but that's perfectly fine. And I have one other thing that I need to do here.
Good day to you.
And we need to sleep. Because I am very low on fatigue for my main character, and I'm just not doing so hot, so... you will note there are better rooms that I could spend money for that would give fairly long-lasting bonuses, but I don't really have any use for those right now, anyway. Before we do that, though, let's come in real super quick. I want to sell some of this extra equipment that I do not need. I held on to some of the stuff because I wasn't sure if I'd want it. I have determined that I do not want it. I don't really want any of it. None of it is that useful. We will hold on to these for the time being. Actually, I need to give those to the other guy. And yeah. Great. Good. Now, how do we... Yeah, there we go. And rest. Rest. Oh. Oh my. Okay. Sleep is restless and fevered, assaulted by hisses and whispers, blanketed with a suffocating anxiety. You open your eyes to awaken, and find yourself in front of Gilded Vale's gallows tree, the creaking of its ropes growing louder in your mind until the sound is deafening. Hanging from the tree is an old dwarf woman whose face is shriveled inward like moldering fruit. Her head hangs limply to one side. As you look at her, she looms larger and larger in your mind, until she is mere inches from your face. Suddenly, her head snaps up and her eyes open, and they are empty, and behind them is a vast nothingness that makes your stomach drop. Her mouth slowly parts, and with a gust of rancid air, she speaks a word. Watcher. You jolt awake, the foul smell of the dwarf woman's breath still permeating your nostrils. Sweat runs down your face in thick droplets, and your skin is soaked from head to toe. You remember the woman. You remember seeing her decaying face when you spoke with the magistrate. He called her an animancer. Though it fills you with a new, queasy apprehension, you feel a strange compulsion to see this woman once more, if only to confirm she is truly dead. Find the dwarf woman from your dream. And we leveled! Yay! What experience did that give him? That was quite a bit of experience for not doing anything. 190. Oh, it must split. Already gained 570 experience. It must split this experience between your whole party. So if I were to, say, keep only my main character around and get rid of everyone else, you'd get more experience. Of course, she would die really quick, but details. Oop, that's not what I wanted. Actually, no, that is what I wanted for a second. Hold on. Hold on. Because I want you to wear that, and I want you to wear this. Actually, maybe not the hood, because I like your badass mohawk. But I do want you to wear the cape, because it's pretty cool looking. This is the cape that Aloth had originally. But because I had this, the magical one here, I took it off. Okay, so we had a thing happen to us. Interesting. Let's level real quick. I have found stealth to be highly useful, so we will definitely be putting more points into that. We have Himilon for lore. I've been doing some mechanic stuff with this character, so that might prove useful. And athletics is just straight valuable, so we'll take that. Now, ooh, I have level 2 stuff. Awesome. I know what those all are. What are these? Bounces psychic energy harmlessly off the target and onto the closest nearby enemy, causing pierce damage and violently pushing them backwards. Oh, jump. So we target this on an ally, and then it bounces off of them and hammers somebody else. Nice. Overwhelms the target mental ability to communicate with its own body, paralyzing it and causing its soul to emit a shockwave that can leave nearby enemies stuck. So it paralyzes one enemy and roots anybody nearby. Not bad. Corrupts the target's essence, generating a slashing blade of force that attacks them before leaping up to 5 additional targets. Oh, we definitely want that. That's a... Not only does that damage one person, it does damage to enemies around them too, so we definitely want that one. Evades their minds, making them think they are surrounded, leaving them flanked. Using their deflection. Pretty cool. Psycho-Vampiric, stealing a portion of its resolve in order to better deflect incoming attacks. Gains 10 resolve, plus 10 deflection. Assuming that takes their resolve and gives me deflection. That's all I would think. Allows the target to relieve the psychic trauma of an injury moments after receiving it, experiencing the damage all over again. Um, 30% of all damage that they received over 15 seconds. That's pretty nice. Oops. That would charm an enemy, frightens and confuses them, and blinds them. Okay. So I think we want... Amplified Thrust would be pretty cool. We definitely want Mind Blades. That's not even an option. Mind Blades and... I kind of like the Recall Agony skill. It sounds really cool if you're dealing with something that's really tough that can take a lot of damage. Because if you wait a little while, deal out a ton of damage to them, then you can hammer them with this and they'll just get, like, destroyed all at once. So I kind of like that skill. I'm gonna go with that one. Sounds pretty damn badass. Now I want you to have more lore, because that's the main thing you are focused on. You need some stealth, though. And give you a little bit of athletics so that you can not die. So that you can not get fatigued so easily. Okay, now I have no idea what even spells this guy has, actually, so I don't know. Well, we definitely want level 2 spells. Confuses, hobbles, reducing movement, damage reduction against elemental effects, burn damage over time, each time they are wounded. So that's cool. That this causes for 26 seconds. This will cause any hits that you do against them to do more damage. Is how I'm taking that to mean. Including corrosive damage and converting that essence into endurance. So this drains. Drains an enemy's health and heals the mage. Blinds an enemy. Oh, AoE blinds them. Nice. That would be useful. We might actually want that. Target becomes paralyzed and sickens those nearby. Temporary increase. Giving him critical hits. Weakens an enemy's capabilities. Adds mirror image. Corrode damage. Pretty heavy damage. And then some AoE damage. Or some, not AoE, damage over time. Fire damage. Damage to the target and anyone caught in the ray. So this is very similar to the one thing that I have, but this hurts the target as well, and not just anybody caught between you. So that's nice. Surrounding ball of flame, inflicting burn damage upon anyone in its path. That would be pretty cool. The fact that it rebounds, though, is potentially dangerous. So I think I want Corrosive Blackened Sight, because it'll blind enemies. Which would be awesome. Because that'll be useful for everyone. Instantly and over time. Fair bit of damage. Ray of fire and rolling flame. See, Binding Web would be cool if it didn't just slow enemies, if it lasted for a while. Or if it did the stuck, so if it made them get unable to move, period, it would be better, but I think, but immediate pierce damage and hobbled affliction on targets in the area of effect. That would actually be really cool. I almost want that. I also want that more than one of these other things. Prone, Spirit Shield. Fleet Feet. Ghost Blades. But we do want level 2 things, because we can only use so many level 1 spells. Alright, so I'm gonna go with that. If we're able to learn that other one, we definitely will.
How may I help?
This does also now mean I need to come in here, though, and I need to learn... Yeah, dazes them. What does daze do? Okay, That's pretty cool. Fan of flames. AoE burning for in a cone. Freezes and decreases their accuracy. And okay. Alright, I'm okay with that. That sounds pretty cool.
Yes,
Oh,
Okay.
yes,
Not too
I
bad.
shall.
keeping an eye out.
Oh, that's not at all what I wanted to do. We're also doing a bit of a fashion pillars, as Zisto would call it. Because we have this pretty badass hat on
Sharp
that I
eyes
found.
and keen
Okay, I
ears.
keep trying to sneak with the Alt key. That is not how the Alt key works. It's not what the Alt key does. Not how sneak operates in this game. The cloud with a haze of accumulated smoke and cooking grease. Oh, we're in slowed. Oh, God. Oh, God. What have I done? Okay, you just hit it again, it turns it off. Alright, that's better. So not a way to into whatever that building is? Guess not. Okay, so we can go down here. We can go down into the, whatever this is, the church. Which we'll check out here in a second. Why are you hurt? Wait, if you're going in anyway, please, I need your help. Back when this was in the Ethosian temple, Lord Raedric, he had the priest here killed. They thought they were doing something to cause the legacy. He had the temple sealed up so nobody could ever follow in their footsteps, but it's meant that they've been buried down here all this time. Heretics or not, the deaths didn't stop the legacy, didn't do much of anything at all. They didn't deserve to go like that, chopped down in the god's house. You can get down there, find their remains, maybe we can finally give them a proper burial. No small task, there's coin in it for you if you need motivating. Pleasant surprise to see that someone around here has a shred of respect for the dead. Take it you aren't supposed to be in here, though long dead. Doesn't matter where they're buried. Wait, you want me to bring you some skeletons? I have some questions first. Why can't you do this yourself? Well, I tried, only got a short way in before I got in over my head. I haven't raised a blade in a long time. It turns out it's something you can just pick up again. You look like you can handle yourself. Who are you anyway? Name is Wharton. I've lived in Gilded Vale long enough to remember how grand it used to be. I used to help the temple sometimes, bring supplies, that's all. Won't you mind us digging around here? We can go tell them about it. Lingering in these places, it's no good for anyone. But you do this quick and quiet, we can do right by those priests without raising a fuss. Any chance of something down there? Probably. Nobody's been through the place since it was sealed up, well, apart from me, and I didn't touch anything. Any valuables in there, you get first crack at them. I only ask that you do this favor for me while you're at it. So, you want us to bring you some skeletons. I'd bury them where they are if I could. I know it's a little macabre, but if we can't get them out now, Raedric's liable to destroy whatever's left of them. Take it you're not supposed to be here. Well, I meant to be in and out, nice and quick. I'm not hurting anyone, it's just... Lord Raedric's forbidden anyone having anything to do with the Scattered God. It'd be a little harder to explain to him than you. It's a good cause, though, isn't it? And you can make some coin in the process. Alright, I'll find him. And by the flame, I owe you a good turn. But listen, the temple's been sealed off for so long, it's crawling with creatures. But if you could pass them, the priest would have been down on the lower floor. They'll still be there if they're anywhere. Those priests had all kinds of secret chambers, switches in the walls, trick sconces, that kind of thing. Keep an eye out and take care down there. I wouldn't want to have to find someone, send someone else after your remains. I'll wait here by the stairs and keep a lookout. Maybe try to patch myself up some. Yeah, okay. Symbol of Eothas.
A blade in the dark.
Alright, so you're definitely the best sneaker of the bunch. Will-o-wisp. Oh, shit. Damn it. Oh well.
Indeed.
Okay, what do we got? Let's do a... No, don't do that. Do, let's try this out. I'll try this one out. Ow. Oh my, what just happened? What did they just do to me? They did something to me.
Let's have it out!
Oh my. Oh, they made everybody turn against me. That's not good. Let's see. Don't use it. Don't use that.
What is it?
Okay then, these guys are not to be messed with. They are no joke. Alright, these things are not to be toyed with. Let's not do this right now.
I shall.
Blah blah blah. What happened to you? What are you doing down here? Wait. What? He's saying completely different stuff. To the war course, you then to get some of the stubborn ones. Go on. As he started to be too lenient on the Athosians. As people go in and put them to the sword, left them down here. Or to the temple sealed. Until any of the temples as you see it unguarded. That's where you come in. These priests, maybe they didn't have a lick of sense between them, but they didn't deserve to go like that. Chop down the god's house. Let me run through real quick some of this stuff to make sure. Okay, I missed some of that at the very beginning of that, and some of that was actually different text that I had not seen before. So I'm kind of mad that I missed it, but oh well. Alright, those will-o-wisps are not to be messed with. Yeah, you look a little more my speed. I can deal with you.
How may I help?
Not too worried about spiders. Spiders shouldn't be too bad. Now are these... Yeah, I should be able to do these, no matter what. Yeah, that's a little closer to the kind of damage I was looking for. And you do range damage. Cool.
Oh? Not quite. Yes.
Sickened. Interesting. They do some serious damage. That's no joke.
Oh.
Everything in here does some serious damage. Man. Letter Ho. Mother have asked brother Edric to carry this letter to you before he travels to New Hamar come morning. With him goes what coin I have, and I hope it will ease surprise of an unexpected homecoming for me to follow in a few days' time. Our village is much changed, and though I do not wish for you to worry, I do not feel it is safe to remain. I know Rectrix Abrica will not approve, but the letter trails off. I have no idea if that's something that I can actually do anything with, but whoever sat here left in a hurry, you can stripped across the scroll, right with scorch marks. The little piglet thing is actually kind of annoying, to be honest with you. I like that it's... I do kind of like that they added it, just because it's kind of cool to have something, a little pet thing, but is a little bit on the strange side. So they are not good against,
Yes.
not good against crushing damage. Slashing and piercing, slashing and piercing. But they are good against slashing type damage, so... Oh. Alright, so these guys do some damage.
Oh.
Luckily, I can blast you with this. And do no small amount of damage to you. Without you being able to retaliate against me. At least not much, anyway. Initiate's note, relatively intact, but the ink upon it is faded. You can make out a few patches of careful, tidy script. Visitors the ritual floor, Rectrix Abrica says. Redemption for even those forget and struck the large spell first rather than the second. The rest is illegible. Actually sounds like it could be valuable information to have. It's something about the order in which the bells, whatever the bells happen to be, need to be struck. That actually looks like something you can do there, which I didn't notice. I wasn't paying attention to before.
Sharp eye. Now here's something.
Yes, that's what I thought. Alright, now before we go in here, actually, let's come over here real quick. I want to check this other room.
Silence surrounds me.
Okay, so we can clearly do at least some of this room, some of this floor, some of this place. Those will-o'-the-wisps I don't think I can mess with, but some of these other things we should be able to deal with. Also, obviously, need to get my sneaking up more. Oh. Skoldir whelps. Those guys got some serious defenses. They're not going to be easy to hit. They are not going to be easy to hit. That's right, we got spells. Spells will work more effectively against them than regular attacks, I think. Okay, it's been detected, so go ahead and wail on this dude.
Yes.
Yes?
This is per encounter, okay. Hey, you seriously need to stop getting knocked out, dude.
Yes, certainly.
Keeping an eye out.
Oh, Uh-oh.
Yes.
Damn it. Alright, just hit it with Mind Blades, I guess.
Well,
Yes?
Come on, in the ear. Come on. Kill it.
Yes,
Oh, you probably should get over there.
yes,
Yeah, you are not doing good, dude.
certainly.
Oh, shit. That was poor decision making on my part.
well,
Shoot the hell out of there.
Yes?
yes. No.
Okay. Yeah, let's be stealth, please. The nearby crystals light the cracked mosaic floor in shades of orange, and at certain angles, the metallic symbol beneath your feet gleams gold. As you look on, the air shimmers as if with summer heat. The very dust and air seem to pull together until a thin, glowing mist appears before you. In its rippling gleam, you see something. You sometimes think you can see the shape of a man, features rendered in broad strokes of air and smoke. Who are you? Your voice sparks movement. The spirit surges with a sudden blazing light, and the next moment you are somewhere else, your mind assailed with a sudden wave of fear and noise. You're in the chapter hall. Priests and faithful have gathered in a great crowd, spilling into the hall. Bodies pressed against you, surging forward to listen. Your own grief is mirrored in the faces around you. Some of the initiates are weeping. Someone has snuffed the candles, and the room is dark, save for the podium, lit from behind. Two people stand before it, lit in silhouette. A man is shouting, voice so ragged with fear you cannot understand what he says, but the rectrix stands calm, unmoved. Her strength will see you through all these dark times. You feel that hope like a spark behind your ribs. Somewhere behind you, someone begins to sing. The spirit tears itself from you with a sudden, dizzying force, and you find yourself back before the ruined altar, swaying. It fades as suddenly as it appeared. You alright? You seemed lost just now. This happens a lot. You'll have to get used to it. That's good to know, but I don't suppose you can tell me what that was all about. I'm not really sure, it just recently started happening. Indeed, at the risk of sounding patronizing, you should probably have that examined. It's a shame that Lord Redrix hanged half of Gilded Vale. The Valian dwarf might have been knowing something about your condition. Let's continue on.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah, really is a shame. Could have, I just out-tabbed out of the game.
Sharp
Could
eyes
have,
and keen ears.
could
What
have
have we
used,
here?
could have used that. What do we got? Minor Restoration, Bloodstone, this money, and that thing. And that thing. Did that all go to my stash? Where did that potion go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Alright, let's send that to you. Is this directed to the wearer each time it is used? Endurance, but not health, mind. So,
Yes.
oops. Face of the statue has had most of its features struck off along with portions of its hands. Yeah, the enemies in this area are somewhat manageable, but whew, they are no joke. Actually, gonna start using the quick save too.
A blade in the dark.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so pause. Skoldir.
How may I help?
Phase them. How long does this take? Average. And average. Okay. So I'm hoping
Well,
that that'll mean I can hit both of them.
How may I help?
Okay. Hold on. Oh, damn it. Stop opening a billion of that. Okay. Range is 6 meters there.
Oh.
Range is 10 meters. Okay, so you need to be a good deal closer than what you are right this second to be able to do
How
this.
may I help?
yes.
I?
Get the hell back.
I?
Oh.
I shall. I?
Health bar begins flashing red, sign they may be maimed or killed. Yeah. I'm well aware of how bad that is.
Well,
Oh crap.
Yes.
Another one. Okay.
of course.
Still have enough for one more encounter, but we have to be very
Silence
careful
surrounds
now.
me. Indeed.
Because we're getting to the point that Monsters of the Deadfire Archipelago. Alright. Book. Another book. Skoldir ear. Do another one.
I?
Please get back.
Oh.
You suck at sneaking. Two more of them. Damn it. Okay.
Yes.
I can only realistically fight like one more thing.
Certainly.
Without getting just destroyed.
Oh, I shall.
Well, of course.
Oh. Oh.
Okay, let's have
Well,
you go in
I-
first. You need to start
What is
attacking.
it?
I'll have you hold back for just a second.
Care of it.
Oh, well, okay. Or we can
Yes.
just kill it. That works too. I am okay with that.
Nice and quiet.
Clearly need to be at stealth pretty much at all times, though, because
Certainly.
these guys
Oh,
will
I
easily
shall.
kill us if we are seen by them. Okay, I don't see another enemy down there, so let's have you do that.
Aye?
I want you to start attacking.
Yes.
Then you attack.
Well,
I'll have you go around and flank him. Wow, these guys do so much damage against him. How much did that do? 9 and 13. Oh, you were trying to move, so it was actually bad. Got to hit you twice.
Oh,
That was kind of my
certainly.
fault, but even so.
I'll see what I can find.
Luckily for me, I usually at least seem to be able to spot the enemy before they can
Oh.
spot me. At least most
What
of the
have
time.
we here?
What a
Yes.
trap. It's the first trap that I've seen. I'll just do a quick save. So I don't know. Cannot disarm it.
Certainly.
I don't know what it
Indeed.
does. Let's... I guess I'll trigger it. Ow! Holy crap. Alright then.
Aye? Indeed.
Oh,
Wow. Perception +2. That's pretty cool. Scroll. Garnet. And Jaspers. Oh, it's adding stuff to the stash. Quit adding things to the stash. Perception. Who has the highest perception of the group? You do, by a lot. Okay. Well, let's give that to him, then. Take that off and give this to you instead. Because that'll give you better perception. Give him better defense, because he's the one who really needs it. Alright, weakened is a temporary thing.
they won't see me
That
coming.
damn near killed her. Oh, she actually... We should probably retreat.
oh,
Should probably retreat, because she actually has only as much health as she has endurance. So if she were to get defeated right now, she would be dead. For good. Which of course would mean I would lose,
Oh,
because we're talking about the main
indeed.
character here. Okay. There's those. Just got a journal entry. What is that? Which is the temple. The door to the lower floor appears to be sealed with some enchantment. The set of bells beside the door, which may play a part in opening it. Let's see. There's one large bell at the center, flanked by two smaller ones. Examine them. Appear to be fully intact. They're made of a thick iron and look very heavy. It doesn't appear to be much out of the ordinary about them. I don't have any idea what the order of them needs to be, so let's not mess with them. We need to go back and heal.
I shall be discreet.
As things stand right now, I'm damn near dead. And I don't think I can beat any of the other enemies that are still in here right now. We have cleared out a fair number of them, though, so there's that. But we're too close to dead for me to be able to risk it right this second. So we're going to leave, we're going to go heal, and we're going to come back. We're going to go rest at the inn, and then come back. Before I do that, though, let's come over here real quick and see if we can... Yeah. Do something with this. The squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bow that snags at the end at the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, rolling away into patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings, but there's a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. Reach out for her. Take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out toward the hanging woman, receiving all that lies between you and her with new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you've expanded enough to reach her, there's a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing, electric surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she's staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, her body still swaying in a wind you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. She gives you a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
I guess survived the Biowalk. Know why that would be. I want to know something about you. How are you able to speak to me?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
I'm imagining this.
No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy even. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I. Wherever here may be.
So I think I survived a Biowalk. Do you know why that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no?
So I need to understand something that's happened to me. Nods, look of pity on her face as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
So we'll ask him more about that one in a second, but you said souls break apart?
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No.
Okay.
A very small few resist Remergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
She clicks her tongue. Want to know something about you.
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
Who are you?
And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. Caldara de Baranzi, of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed.
So what happened to you? He laughs, a raspy and choked cackle escaping between rows of buttery yellow teeth, causing her body to bob up and down with each spasm. Seeing your blank expression, she catches herself.
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old dwarf her last bit of cheer. Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance. A humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found?
Tell me.
Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up.
That sucks. So what's an animancer?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are.
That's how these scenes usually are. The small few, the worst few of a group, make things, makes the public opinion bad about the entire group.
But the best of us, the best, inspirations, miracle workers. My parents were soul twins, miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other, turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid. It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
I had other questions. What the hell is a Watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair. And here we are, visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times.
Yeah, like times when you were alive.
Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it. Sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on. And those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either living or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how.
Okay, so I begin to understand. Somehow I become this watcher thing, and I can look at people's souls and get, like, an understanding of their lives. Like, where they've come from.
A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them. Know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder.
What do you mean when all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out a tuft of long whiskers that sprout from one of her cheeks.
You should see old Merwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
Alright, so that's where we have to go. Farewell.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Her eyes close and her head slumps forward over the noose, and your surroundings seem to bleed into your vision from some unknown place of waiting.
Yes, indeed.
17 and a half.
What? What about? The smell of pipe smoke, at once earthy and sweet, winds its way into your nostrils. Your eyes trace the smoke to its origin. We find a broad man with straw-colored hair leaning against a mossy rock wall. He looks directly in your eyes, but the look is not aggressive. He regards you with a peculiar
17 and a half. No, could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
Sorry?
Dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
What are you talking about?
People hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
Is that what people do from front around
Name's
here?
Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
Makes you think I was interested in the dwarf woman. He looks at you a moment, his brow arched. The smirk broadens.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
Oh, God. I don't drool half as much. Ah, so you're already familiar. Still, you have to forgive my curiosity. Around here, we prefer to turn a blind eye to our dead. Been out of sorts lately. Of course, we all got our bad days and we stand perfectly still and stare at corpses for a while without blinking. Do you know what a watcher is?
Best not use that word round here. Could be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be.
I like that he mentions ciphers, and I happen to be a cipher. I wonder if that's a coincidence? Or if that's based specifically on my class.
Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
None taken. Good. They don't mean it personal when they hang folks here. I have to remind myself.
Town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
War? Saints' War, only one in my lifetime. Fellow decides he's the living incarnation of Eothas, overthrows Redcerus, marches on Direwood, so we gave him a Direwooden hello. What's a Direwooden hello? Nice. Who's Eothos? God of Rebirth and Redemption, formerly anyhow. Maybe they call him something different where you're from. Oh yeah, this god, I believe, is supposed to be dead, or is like believed to be dead anyway. So why was he hanged? Got involved. Reddick sent men down here the other day, said they had it on good authority someone in town was working with Kulsk, plotting Raedric's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they'd hang every last one of us. No one was coming forward, so Swithin, that's my head man, he steps up and says it's him. They took him at his word. It's bound to happen sooner or later, if not for plotting against Raedric, then for protecting me.
Pick the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea. Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, then I did too. But, he didn't make it back.
Damn.
After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the Legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me. Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Raedric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
See why? You can see why I was eager to leave. It was Kulsk, someone who got tired of all the hangings. He's on the run now, probably will be until they catch him. You'll be hanged while he's still here. Drinking, mostly. When in fact I'm on my way out, just haven't figured out where I'm going yet. Not a whole lot of places out there that don't think Waidwin's legacy started with the Waidwin. We could travel together. Where are you headed? Someplace called Sadnua. It's an old watcher there who might be able to help me.
I remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say Watcher with a hush on your breath. A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before.
Something kindles in his eyes and the vigor of purpose finds its way into his voice.
Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger. And a strange one at that. But truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
It's a fine reason if I ever heard one.
All right, then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
Yeah, let's get going. Sweet, so we got another person. What are you? You have to be a fighter, based on what we've seen. Yeah, fighter. And you're higher level too, so you'd actually be able to take the damage, unlike our good barbarian friend who definitely can't. You've got the stats for it. Some stealth, mostly athletics. Defender. It receives a bonus to reflection at the expense of attack rate. Okay, so you do. Oh, it's an ability. Okay, fighting spirit. Focus below 50%, they gain a bonus. And knockdown. Focus ruffian. We got saber, stiletto, club, pistol, and blunderbuss. Okay. Saber. Alright, not bad. Pierce proofed, giving protection against pierce, and grants second chance. What is second chance? Doesn't say. Oh well. Well, so we got our tank now.
Yes.
Tank. DPS. Tank, DPS, warrior, mage, and kind of mage. Mage slash warrior. Basically what I am. Alright, folks. This has been Pillars of Eternity. I've been Falcon, your host. I need to heal. I need to
Hello.
rest in again. And then, following that... Oh, I can get a level 2 adventurer now. Nice. Wish I could have done that before, because I would have just got a level 2 guy, but... Oh well. What can you do? But let's rest. Oh, geez. Another one of these things. Alright, so I will see you folks next time. Take it easy. Have a good day. Bye-bye.